honorable chair and the august gathering sitting in front of me. I'm here to present my paper on the topic community policing and sensible media, need of the hour. So starting with that, India, since its beginning, has been a plural society. It is the repository of multiplicity of cultures. Indian civilization stretching over 5,000 years, perhaps one of the oldest surviving civilizations on this planet, apart from China. Now there has been a distinctive feature in Indian society that despite its diversity, it has maintained unity over this stretch of 5,000 years, which is the most distinctive feature of Indian society, which separates it from other societies around the world. Now, further elaborating the point of community diversity and the diversity which is existing in our society. Now, ethnic origin, religion, languages, these are the major sources of cultural diversity which exists in our society. India is a country incredibly known for its diversity, both biological and cultural. It is the natural resources that attracted to the subcontinent many streams of people at different times from different directions, bringing together a great diversity. But unlike many other civilizations existing in other corners of the world, India was a land where the dominant human culture have, unlike several other communities where dominant sections have a tendency to dominate the minority section, India has assimilated the differences and lived on with the differences which exist in the society rather than dominating and suppressing the minorities. Though there has been minor issues, but we were quite successful in moving on with that. Now India is among the most diverse societies in the world. It has people from all the major religions in the world: Hinduism, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, and Zoroastrian. Even though Hindu consists about 82% of the Indian population, that is a quite big number, but there are 149 million Muslims in our country, which is the second highest in the world, making it the second largest population of Muslims in the world. According to the 1991 census, showed that 114 languages were spoken by 10,000 or more people in the country. Then there were 22 languages which were spoken by more than 1 million people in the country. And the state lists 630 communities as scheduled tribe and scheduled caste. These are the various diversities which is existing among a Hindu culture in one single religion. Rather than quoting about the major religions, rather Hinduism and Muslim, there are various differences which exist among one particular religion as well, and these are also cultural differences which exist. And there has been a case of suppression among Hindus. Dalits were suppressed for thousands of years, and now India is a land of diversity in every sense of term. Hundreds of languages are spoken across India. India is a country of divergent races. Has seen the birth of 4 major religions of the world, and thereafter there are people from every religion which is staying in the country quite peacefully. Now, talking about the assimilating culture of Indian society, now we'll trace the history that how Indian society had the assimilating culture since its inception. From the time immemorial, India has been a meeting place of diverse races and civilizations. India is a vast country surrounded by natural barriers. Malik Mohabbat, in his book, The Foundation of Composite Culture in India, writes that geographical factors, though have to some extent influence the unity in our country, but there is some basic element in India's genius, something in its genetic code, as it were, which has always moved toward an underlying unity despite the diversity which exists in the society. This is the unique feature of India's culture, India's society, and that's why it is called incredible. Ours is perhaps the oldest civilization of the world. I am once again reiterating what I said earlier, that ours is perhaps the oldest civilization of the world with an uninterrupted history apart from China. And now to quote Iqbal, he said that Yunan, Misr, Roma सब मिट गए जहाँ से, यूनान, मिस्र, रोमा सब मिट गए जहाँ से, अब तक मगर है बाकी नामो निशा हमारा, अब तक मगर है बाकी नामो निशा हमारा. So further Iqbal says there is something which precludes our existence from vanishing. which precludes our existence from getting affected. And he says that कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी. So this something is everything. This something is the vitality of our culture. This something is the very essence. This something is the story of unity and synthesis, adaptation and development, and fusion of old tradition with the new tradition, which India has lived on and moved on. Our culture is a mighty river, fed by many tributaries, the main stream flowing on and on. Yes, sir, just another 2 minutes. So now in Europe, when democracies evolved, it evolved in a homogeneous society. Even in Indian society, when in 1947 our society got freedom, there was a vast challenge among the leaders to adapt a system where all these diversities could live peacefully with harmony and move toward a better progress, a bright future. So what happened? They could not subscribe to the idea of liberal they could not, that liberal democracy, which advocated the idea equality before law, and probably ignoring the religious differences, communal differences, language differences, and various other differences which might have existed in the society and which were existing in the society. So what happened when in independent India, the leader had the challenge, because despite partition where Britishers made a separate country for the Muslims, there were 149 Muslims, there were a major chunk of Muslim populations which were in the society. Apart from Muslim population, there were people from various communities, people speaking various languages, people in the Hindu society which belong to the several castes and facing several atrocities. So there was a need. So what they did, they linked equality for the individual with the equality for the diverse society. And that's how the minority people or every other section was given the right to practice and profess their religion, their habit, their cultural, and thus the cultural diversity was kept intact. Sir, 2 more minutes. Okay, sir. So this is how the cultural identity remained intact all these years. So I would like to conclude with the note that conclude with a very famous English proverb. It says that you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink that. So the need is, despite debate, seminar, conference, everything may be organized, but the need of the hour is sensible media and communal policing, and people should be aware about it.